Hey everybody, welcome back to Walk With Me Wednesday. If you are walking, put it in the chat today. This is going to be a little different for me because I'm doing it from the phone. I wanted to share some folks with you today. They walked over here to say hi, girls. Say hi. Yeah, the one with the brown one with the or grayish brown one with the floppy mane thing. That's Karen. She and I, yeah, we were arch enemies for a while, but she's calmed her tail down now. So say hi, ladies. All right. Yes, they produce my eggs for me. I am walking in suburbia, I guess rural suburbia now. I haven't made it back home yet. So I'm going to walk the neighborhood today. How is everybody's Wednesday? I hope it's good. Mine is good. My grandson started his first day of school today, and I got to meet his teachers. He's so excited as he is kind of like his mom and grandmother. We both loved school. We both loved going to school. I'm just making sure. This street is quiet that I'm walking on, but they've started a new neighborhood in front of me, and that's the direction I'm going. So the traffic has picked up. But for the most part, it's very, very peaceful out here. Let's see here. I don't really need my sunglasses. I just like my sunglasses. I am a Ray-Ban person, and I just like to collect them like some people like to collect, eh, like to collect their um, regular glasses. Oh, speaking of glasses, y'all, and this is just a little plug for being a carnivore. My vision has improved since I've been carnivore. Um, like, I need to go back and see what my new prescription is, but I'm not dependent on my glasses or contacts anymore. That has been wonderful. Wonderful. So, I just thought I'd share that. So today, we're talking about walking and movement. I've always liked to walk. And I wish I lived in a more walking environment or a city like New York or Chicago or, places like that. Even San Francisco was a walking city. Even though I like the trails and things that I have where I am, I am more into functional movement. And that's some of the things I wanted to talk about today. Trying to see. I might stop every once in a while to see if anyone's in the chat. Can't tell yet, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to keep walking. Now we have sidewalks. So I'm going to walk the sidewalks. When I do walk, I like walking places of interest. I prefer walking outside. Man, you can tell the difference. New neighborhood, not that many trees. Old neighborhood, beautiful, lush green. But new neighborhood has sidewalks, so I don't have to keep looking back for cars. But yeah, I don't mind walking, but I really like to walk with a purpose. Um, when I used to walk my old neighborhood when I lived in the area, it was to be nosy and see what was going on. But for me, I like my walking to be more functional. You know, I like I like my exercise actually to be more functional because, or my movement. I hate using the word exercise. You know what? Our forefathers didn't exercise. They just moved their bodies because they had work. Now, I don't want to do the type of work that they did. Definitely don't. But I do know that with modern times and modern conveniences, it has made us a little lazy physically, right? A lot of our jobs are sedentary. We don't move nearly as much, so we may have to be a little bit more intentional with our movement. Now, my favorite type of movement is dance. And I think y'all heard about that on Saturday. I love the salsa dance. I actually like the swing dance too. I'm beginning to like line dancing just a little bit, not a lot. I I guess it's the repetitiveness. I'm easily bored. I am easily bored. I can tell I have adult ADHD. It's either that or I have just. Oh wow, y'all look! There's some geese. Can you see them? Oh my gosh, that was so cool. They were coming in low though, so there must be a body of water around here somewhere. Is that a pond? It is a pond. Oh my gosh! Look, can you see the pond? I have not walked this part of the neighborhood before. I usually just walk in my daughter's area, but I have not walked the new area, the new part that they're building now. That's so cool. I like nature. And I guess that's the only other thing that I like about walking is, other than being nosy, is walking out in nature, right? So that part is cool. But I was saying more about functional movement. I noticed it was so funny how this popped up on my screen today, my analytics from my watch, and it was saying that in the month of July, I averaged like 7,000 steps. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't intentionally doing that. Now, I have been in like walking challenges and stuff before where we had a lot of steps. But to me, a challenge is something that you're just trying to create a habit. And once the challenge is over, it's up to you intrinsically whether you want to keep it up or not. So to know that functionally, I am still doing a lot of steps in my life, that's good to know. That's good to know. And that's without effort, right? So that's the best part. Okay, they're doing construction up here. I'm going to turn right here. Hello, construction guys. Anyway, another thing I like about functional movement, and when I say functional movement, it's stuff that you create within your day. Like I was listening to Joe and Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos not too long ago, and they're big on functional movement. You know, if you follow them, they are redoing a house, and they're having to use a lot of functional movement, right? I can tell Rachel's like biceps and stuff have really, really increased. She already had some, but since they started lifting heavy loads of stuff, it's really developed, is what I'm trying to say. So to me, functional exercise is, oops, wait a minute. And that's one of the construction trucks. To me, functional exercise is like maybe being more intentional when you're lifting your groceries. Like I'm one of those, I'm trying to gather all my bags at one time. Instead, maybe go in and out several times. That way you're lifting separately and doing reps without doing reps, if that makes sense. I know they mentioned something about when you go to the toilet. Yeah, we always talk go get to the potty, don't we? But when you go to the toilet, when you go to sit down, um, I guess after you're done, because usually I'm in a hurry when I go, right? So after you're done, maybe stand up, squat down, stand up, squat down a couple of times so that every time you go, you've put in at least 2 or 3 reps. I'm like, that makes sense. That way it's not like you have to go to the gym to work out. And I'm not bashing that. I have a gym membership. I actually use it more for car camping than I do for working out. I don't like the treadmill that much. It makes me feel weird when I get off of it. So I'm much more of a person that if I can be outside and walk, I will. If I can be on a hike, I will. I really like to do hikes better because that's more of an intentional doing something else than walking. But walking just happens to be a part of it. So yeah, the sun is kind of blocking what I am trying to see in the chat today. So just keep chatting, and eventually I'll get to a shaded spot, and I can read maybe some of what you all were talking about today. But yeah, if you're walking with me, go for it. And also in the chat, put some of your favorite movements. What do you like to do to move? Y'all know I like dancing. I like, um, I don't mind doing like functional exercises like lifting bags and stuff for groceries. I also don't mind DIY stuff. Like when I'm low, I like my move, for example. I was so proud of the fact that I was able to pick up the boxes and all sorts of things are coming on my phone. Sorry, y'all. Pick up the boxes of the shelves that I was building, put them together all by myself. Didn't strain my back, didn't hurt myself, and I was kind of proud of the fact that I was able to do that. Yeah, all sorts of things. Hi, how are you? Good. I was kind of proud that I was able to do something like that. You, a dead frog. You. But anyway, I do know that I need to do my electrolytes when I get back. I had a little bit of water this morning and a little bit of coffee this morning, but I'm pretty much walking fasted. Yeah, I'm walking fasted. I've done it 2 ways. I've walked fasted before because I remember my friend Denitra saying, um, burn the fuel that you've already put in your tank first instead of trying to fill up. And I have also walked after I've eaten. And I can't remember who used to tell me that one because it was kind of like, oh, and it might have been Too Crazy Ketos again. Walk after you eat to start your metabolism burning the food that you just ate. So it can be either way. It can be either way. It's whatever you're comfortable with. I believe in if it's not comfortable for you, you're not going to do it, right? So it doesn't matter what the trend is, it doesn't matter what someone else is doing. You do you, boo. And because at the end of the day, you got to make it work for you. That's just like the way I eat. You can't tell somebody else that they're wrong for doing it this way or that way because according to Dr. Berry, and that's who a lot of us follow medically, your way of eating falls under an umbrella of ways to eat. You can be all the way from just low carb to lion diet. I find myself more towards carnivore. I still call myself carnivore, ketovore. It depends. Because if I have a hamburger and I decide I want a piece of onion with it, I'm going to eat a piece of onion with it. Sometimes I have a reaction, but very few times do I have a reaction to that onion. If I want a pickle with it, I've not had a reaction to the pickle. So it's still under the spectrum, y'all. It's still under the spectrum. But anyway, oh my gosh. How is the weather where you are? I think I'm going to have to go back to my daughter's neighborhood to find some shade because I really cannot see the screen here. Let's see. Oh, I think I see Dennis. Is that you? All I can see is like a D. Yeah, Dennis from Newport. I think everybody knows Dennis. I'm sorry, I'm kind of blocking the screen, but I'm trying to give myself some shade. Oh, let's see. Dennis says he just what? Let's see. Uh-oh. I don't know what I just did. Forgive me, y'all. Y'all know this is still my first week. I don't know. Did I? I'm trying to put Dennis's remark on show on stage. I think that's what it says. Did y'all lose me? I think you did. Let's see if I can go back. Sorry, I hope you guys can still hear me. Uh, I don't know what I did. Oh, there I am. There I am. Sorry, guys. Again, I'm still learning. And now that I'm doing another device, what? I think I got his statement up there. And Dennis, I can't really read it. Hmm. I can't read it, but I hope everybody else can see it. And thank you, Dennis, for sharing. I think I'm going to go back to my daughter's neighborhood now, where I can at least have some more shade. I know I look weird walking around holding up my phone and trying to cover it up and read it. I already look weird enough out here talking. It looks like I'm talking to myself. But, you know, a lot of people do um, walk and chat. So maybe I don't look as weird as I think I do. I don't mind looking weird. I actually don't like the word weird. I don't mind looking unique because I've always been that unicorn. So I'm just a walking unicorn today, right? Anyway, yeah, so some other things that you may not even have thought of as far as moving, especially if you're just starting out and your job is sedentary. Like I work from home. I work from home. So that's why I try to make sure I do my dancing. I try to make sure I get my sunshine outside. That's important too. I've been doing my sleep study. Oh, my sleep study, y'all. Had another good night's sleep. Yay. I'm beginning to tell the difference. Can't wait, though, to get back in my bed. No lie. Can't wait to get back in my bed. And I'm sure there'll be even a bigger difference. But yeah, um, trying to think of some other functional movements you can do other than dance and walking because you want it to be something that you can keep up with. You want it to be something that is functional for you, or I guess the word is effortless per se. I'm not sure if that's the word I want to use because you're going to put some effort behind it, but it's just got to be natural. To me, walking just has to be a natural thing, right? Movement has to be a natural thing. Oh, I know another thing. I used to be a big yogi. Yeah, I love yoga. And we have to remember to stretch too, like before. Okay, am I getting lost? I might be. But anyway, um, if you are moving, always remember to stretch, right? Stretch because you need to make sure gently stretch. Don't go out here trying to conquer the world in your stretching. Just gently stretch. But you always want to keep those muscles flexible, especially as we age. Y'all, they've got the cutest little birds out here. What are those called? I've seen those before. They almost look like little road runners. I don't know. So cute. They have really long legs and they have a really high pitched sound. I could try to show you, but they're moving really quick. But anyway, yeah, functional movement, yoga, or just gentle stretching when you get up in the mornings. That's another functional movement. Playing with your grandkids or your kids. Just get outside and play. Think about it. Kids, well, today's kids, maybe not as much, but when you were growing up, what did you do for the most part? You went outside and played, right? Go outside. Be kid like again. I know back in the winter where I live, it was snowing, and I went walking in the snow, something I hadn't done in a while, and really enjoyed it like a kid. I remember playing with my granddaughter and my grandson in the snow, like maybe a year or so before, and it just made it so much fun. This time I did it by myself. I just had fun by myself in the snow. But that was movement. That was movement without it being like, oh, I gotta go outside and walk. Yeah, I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that at all. So yeah, go outside and play with your kids. Throw the ball with your kids. That's that upper body movement. Go jump rope. I used to love the jump rope. I still do. I'm just careful with my knees now. They don't bother me, but I don't want them to. And I would prefer to dance and have strong knees than to jump up and down for no apparent reason and mess up my knees. So that's why I avoid a lot of jumping anymore. Okay, y'all, where am I? I'm not sure. Ooh, but I found some shade. Let me see if I can check the comments real quick. Is there a way to blow this up? Y'all, I'm so sorry. First time doing this, so yeah. Let's see who else is on here. Oh, okay. Dennis says something about that he finds walking on the treadmill better for him. Yeah. I used to walk on the treadmill. I don't mind it. But what I am saying, oh, this house is so cute. I love the colors. Just a thought from my tiny home. See, I'm going to just turn this way without being creepy. Hey, y'all see that? That's a pretty color. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's green and brown. And it may not come good on the screen. But anyway, yeah, I started out, when I first started my fitness journey, I started out on the treadmill, and then I went to yoga class and fell in love with it. And this is all before, this is when I was still married. I did the treadmill. I did the Y. In fact, if you go to the Hendersonville Y, not unless they've taken it down, you'll see my name and my husband's name and the family name up on the wall because we have always been about movement. We weren't for a minute, but then we became about movement because the community that we lived in, people were just active. It was gorgeous. It was around the lake. When the kids were playing soccer or baseball or football, we would be in the park. And while we were in the park, we were moving around, right? So I've always liked that. Then I got into spinning. It reminded me of when I was young and loved to ride a bicycle. I love to ride a bicycle. I now have one. I've got to get my tires fixed. And that sounds like a goal I'm going to do this fall. I'm going to let it cool down just a little bit more. I know we have some people in our community, a couple of guys that ride their bikes. And I think I'm going to, and a lady, I forgot about Jan. She rides her bike too. So I'm going to join them. But I'm going to wait till it cools off a little bit. Like right now under the shade tree feels really good. I think Oh, yes, Catrice has joined us. Hey, Catrice. What's your favorite way to move, girl? I'm trying to look through the whole chat. And again, I'm doing it from my phone. So bear with me. Another way to do the channel. But yeah, so I got into spin so much so it gave me a high. It gave me an exercise high. So much I had to break my I had to break the habit a little bit because I was going to spin every day like an addict. But what I found out that was just part of that adrenaline, that positive, because it works with the brain. I'm all about that brain work. Works with your brain. It, it works with, and I'm trying to think of the word. But anyway, it increases that for you. It's not cortisol. Cortisol's bad. But you know what I'm saying, in your brain where you get excited about stuff. And that's what dance does for me. I get that, what they call a runner's high from dancing. So that's why I like to dance. And I guess that's why line dancing bores me because it's so repetitive. You're just doing the same movement over and over and over. And I like the excitement and thrill of whatever my partner wants to create within that partnership of the dance at that moment. So, yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else is in. Ooh, I see the chat just going. Dennis just said hi to Catrice. Let's see. I'm going to put. Okay. I think I just put me up. I'm not sure. Oh no, Dennis right here. Just finished. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. So I'm gonna stop. Dennis, you're just gonna be up there for a minute until I can get back to my daughter's neighborhood. I just gotta remember how to do it. I might be lost, y'all. I might be lost. But that's okay. I will figure it out, just like life, right? You know, I know I keep popping back to Mindset Monday, but it used to be a time that would freak me out, that I didn't know exactly where I was. But one thing I know, I ask myself these questions now. Are you safe? Yes, definitely. I'm on here with you all. I'm definitely safe, right? Are you somewhere that's semi familiar? Yes, I am. I know my daughter's neighborhood is that way between those trees. So if I have to go between those trees, which I don't want to because I don't like snakes and bugs, I can do it. Are you on your phone? Yeah. So I can always hang up from y'all and call her and say, hey, come get me. I'm on this street. And I also have my GPS if I need to use it. So things that used to freak me out don't freak me out anymore. Also, I think that that's another attribute to walking. It gives you that mental clarity or movement. I keep saying walking just because I'm walking, but it's really just about movement, y'all. It doesn't have to be walking, it just needs to be movement of some kind. Now, I do want to do some type of strength training. A lot of people think that you have to have a bunch of weights and stuff. Just like I said earlier, that functional lifting groceries. Okay, maybe do a couple of reps when you get your bags of groceries and lift those before you put them away. That's functional. You don't have to go out of your way to do anything. Gardening. Gardening is another way. I can tell I hadn't had my water. I'm feeling a little dry, y'all. But gardening. And I used to love to garden, but when you're digging down in that dirt and you're lifting those plants and you're digging back down, you are moving um, your body, but you're also enjoying what you're doing, right? You're enjoying it because the goal is to have the flowers, but the body is able to move and do the flowers. And then you get to sit and reap the benefits of looking at your flowers as they bloom and enjoy. That's functional. That is functional. I think I'm going to turn back the way I came Let's see if I can remember how I wiggled through here. All right. Anyway, so that's another thing of functional movement. If you can think of a way that you do functional movement, or a way that is functional movement that you haven't thought of, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. I forgot, here it's almost high noon. That's why that sun is up so high in this non-shaded area. These little bitty trees with no shade. What? So, yeah. I'm glad y'all are on here today walking with me. I can't even see the time. Let's see. I'm going to use my watch for a second. What time is it? You know what my watch is telling me? Looks like you're moving. Uh-oh. Studio. Oh, there I am. Y'all must really like me to be patient with me on these lives. Again, I'm learning, and y'all are learning with me, and y'all are my experiments. So I appreciate it. I almost dropped my phone. I have a selfie stick, but I don't know where I put it. Honestly, when I had to move and travel within a few days, I kind of threw things around. Usually I keep, so these are the things I keep in my car. I always keep a pair of dance shoes, a lot of times a couple of pairs of dance shoes. I keep my hiking boots, and I keep my walking shoes. I keep my cigars, because you never know when an opportunity pops. Oh, and I keep my swimsuit when it's the wintertime. Actually, I keep my swimsuit in the car no matter what. Because what if somebody has a hot tub? I'm just saying, I'm trying to always be ready. Don't get ready, be ready. But because I moved and I had to clear some stuff out and shift some things, yeah, I took some things out. And now I got to remember where I put them. I did find my salt. I don't know if I ever said anything about that the other day, but I've been looking for my salt for the last couple of weeks. My Redmond's basic salt, just the regular. Found it this morning. It was still in the box in my car that I hadn't moved, that I hadn't realized I hadn't moved. So yeah, that's that. Make sure though, y'all, because I'm beginning to feel it. I hadn't had an electrolyte or a lot of water this morning. That's on me. I know better. But I'm feeling it because I am sweating a little bit. I've never been a huge sweater, but I can tell I'm getting a little moisture red in my face. And I know I'm going to need to probably double up on my electrolytes today. Because this heat and, of course, the movement on this pavement. My daughter and I were talking about that this morning. It's funny how we now need expensive walking shoes to do the same things that barefoot used to do for us. But because we're on concrete more, just like the sidewalk, and I mean, look at it. Yeah, very reflective, very bright white. Um, it's made a difference. It has made a difference. So I know when I get back, I'm going to have to really drink electrolytes and water and replenish, which is okay. Which is okay. I am moving and I am happy. I have seen so many people younger than me not able to move or have the agility that I have. And I'm not saying I'm some um, Olympic rock star. Definitely not that. But just to be able to move your body. Like I watched how my grandparents aged. I watched how my mom aged. And physically, she was very agile. Mentally, she wasn't. But physically, she was. And I want both. At first, I was like, do I have to decide which one I want more? Now I'm like, no, I can get both. So movement is part of it. Movement and dendrite growing. And Catrice, I hope you looked that up. I think it was you or Ebony said, I got to find out what dendrites are. I hope you found out what they are and know that you want them to constantly grow. Movement helps with that. Movement helps with that. So let's see here. I'm going to try to find another shaded spot so I can read the comments. Again, I'll have a different way that I'm going to do Walk With Me Wednesday next week. Oh, I have been working on planning Friday's show. And that's free for all Friday, right? And it's going to be a live question and answer. You can ask me anything about any of the shows that we did this week together. And it was something else I was going to add with that. I'm trying to think right now. It's weird not having my notes with me to look at. But, oh, there's the school bus. They're dropping off the middle school kids. Yeah, they just had a 2-hour day today. So it was cool going to school with my grandson this morning. But anyway, yeah, it's free for all Friday. You can ask me questions in the chat. We're going to celebrate my first week of doing lives. You can give me your thoughts about it. Y'all see. That's why you don't panic. I done found my daughter's street again. I'm not lost no more. Um, but yeah, free for all Friday. Gonna celebrate a whole week of going live. I did it, y'all. And those of you all that know me personally, this has been a challenge for me to figure out exactly how I wanted to execute my channel. But I think I'm liking going live. Now, do I expect the same people in here all the time? Yes. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But it's for whenever you can drop in. I just want to create community. I just want to share my journey since so many people say I inspire them and that I'm of interest. That's pretty much why I do this. And I guess in a way, I know we were talking about journaling yesterday. I guess this is a way that I can leave a legacy for my grandkids. And I am journaling in a way. It's just doing live and practicing on you all. Hope you don't mind. You're part of my journaling. So, yeah, okay, I'm back to the neighborhood with trees but no sidewalk. Let's see, have a little shade here. Let me check out let's see who else is in here. Okay, y'all have just been talking, haven't you? Okay, what I think I'm going to do, because we have a few more minutes, I'm going to head back to the house and sit where I can see y'all. I can always come back out later and finish up my walking if I want to do more steps. Or better yet, I actually have to go clear out some more stuff in my storage unit. So that's what I'm going to do. Functional exercise, because I got to lift some stuff and move some stuff. So I'll be working my upper body. Oh yeah, I just love this street with no sidewalks. I hear a car coming behind me. Hi. And I see an Amazon truck stopping at my daughter's house. Surprise, surprise, she's just like her mother. My daughter-in-law's the same way. We love Amazon. It's just too convenient. Oh no, they're going across the street. I guess it's not for her. But anyway, back to the live. Um, where were we? I think we were still talking about functional movement. So yeah, lifting groceries, doing a couple of reps as you carry those canned goods in. If you use cans, for me it's meat. So the meat is trying to navigate here. Hi, how you doing? I'm trying to work around your truck. Um, yeah, so I carry meat and I carry cheese and I carry bottles of water. I do that. I do that. And depending on how many waters you have, that's a nice little weight load. That's a nice little weight load. But yeah, that's another part of functional movement. Just doing the things that you normally do, or maybe do it just a little bit more intentionally. All right, y'all, I'm back in the shade. Whew, let me see if I can see what y'all been talking about. I know I've been rambling on. Excuse the scene behind me. I am sitting in the garage. Whee! All right, now I can see. Let me catch up in the chat here. So Dennis said, oh, that's what I clicked on. Dennis said, just finished 45 minutes on the treadmill at the community center. Y'all, we have a nice community center where we live. Really nice. And for people of a certain age, it's only $1 a day. Like I said, I have a membership too at a gym, but it's 30 minutes away. I said I was going to start going more to the community center when the weather changes, maybe. But again, you know, I was moving out in the snow last year, so I won't do it in the rain though, especially cold rain. I don't know. Something about being soaked to the bone is not appealing to me. Let's see what. This is what Catrice said. Hold on, Catrice. Show. All right. That's what that was. Catrice said she walked to the cafe on campus for lunch today. Um, did that for Walk with Terry Day. Thank you for walking with me, Catrice. Again, that's functional, right? That's functional. You had a cold, you wanted to go get lunch, and instead of getting in your car driving somewhere, because I'm in my car a lot, y'all, when I'm doing my little escapades and journeys. So, intentionally walking from your office to the cafeteria, that's perfect. Or another thing, it just popped in my head to walk, to park further from the grocery store and walk into the store. That's intentional movement that is functional. Functional. You're not having to do something extra to get your body moving. Let's see, everybody. Endorphins. Thank you, Dennis. That's it. Endorphins. I guess in the sunshine, my endorphins were not working, but I know my mood is better. Movement helps your mood. Oh my goodness. Just literally, sometimes you can just stretch and touch your toes a couple of times, or like I said, pick up some stuff, or squat, or just a little movement. It doesn't have to be all these reps like these bodybuilders do, or anything like that. And it will change your mood. Even being out in the heat, even though I know I need some water and electrolytes right now, I'm about to go do that. Um, it just helped my mood, made me feel a little bit happier. I was happy anyway, because what I've learned, you can't steal my joy. People have tried, but you can't steal my joy. Um, but it still helps your endorphins to kick in. And sometimes when your endorphins kick in, you have a little bit more pep in your step and you're a little bit brighter disposition, right? It helps your attitude. Thanks, Dennis, for that. And I think that's it in the comments today. So, y'all, what do y'all think about Walk With Me Wednesday? Tell me on Friday. Um, some of the walks that I plan on doing in my head. So I'm going to throw this out with you all because, again, y'all are my test kitchen without the food. I'm thinking of course, showing you different places that I walk. I might get my hiking boots on and we might do a trail one day. Um, or I might show you some other functional movements that I do. I'm also thinking about having some guests pop in soon and walk with me or move with me. Like I can be doing one thing and they can be doing something else uh, as we chat. Just as long as we're moving. Just as long as we're moving and not just being sedentary. Like, oh, look at the nice healthy glow here. I've got all sorts of, yep, it's salty. That means I need my electrolytes, right? I need my electrolytes. Yeah, and for those that aren't familiar with electrolytes, they not only replenish your sodium, but they replenish your magnesium and potassium. It's exactly what they give you in an IV in the hospital when you come in dehydrated. And the one thing you don't, we are, as people, we're more dehydrated than we think we are. Again, because we're inside. Oh, that was sweat. I'm like, what in the world's dropping here? Again, I'm still squeamish on bugs and snakes. I'm trying to be that country gal, but I'm not quite there yet. But we're more depleted because we're inside in air conditioning. We're not replenishing enough. When I was a classroom teacher, my kids would come over to me, and I had kindergarten mostly. I'm sweaty. I'm like, good. That means you're getting all the toxins out of your body. And they would look at me like, what? But by the end of the school year, they knew they were getting the toxins out of their body because they were sweating. You would hear one go, I'm sweaty. And the other one said, Miss Carver said, you're getting the toxins out of your body. And that's a good thing. And I'm like, exactly. Because when you get back in the room or in the school, you'll get your water. I kind of wish I had known a little bit more about electrolytes then. I think it would have kept a lot of kids from being sluggish. When you replace your electrolytes, it actually puts a little pep in your step because it's giving your body the minerals that have been depleted that it needs, y'all. We've got to start paying attention to our bodies. For me, movement helps me with that. Dancing helps me with that. Walking helps me with that. Stretching, because it makes me more and more familiar with what's going on the outside of my body as well as the inside of my body, right? Just like now, I can tell, I can even look at my eyes and go, you need to hurry up and get something to drink. You need to hurry up and get you some electrolytes in your body. That's why I carry around that 60-ounce jug of water because, like, I didn't even feel like I was sweating like this. Now that I'm looking in the shade, yeah, it looks like I just came out of a shower. That's okay. That's okay. That's what my body's supposed to be doing. And now my body is telling me, because my mouth is dry, my mouth is telling me, now it's time to replenish. It's time to replenish. So I hope you guys have kind of enjoyed walking with me today. And if you have any questions, I'm almost afraid to push another button here. Let me try it. Because again, y'all are my test kitchen. Let's see. Oh, there we go. What's your favorite way to move? We just heard that Dennis did the treadmill for a while. Patrice just walked. What's your favorite way to move? Even if you watch this on the replay, put it in the chat. Tell me what your favorite way to move is. Is it dancing like me? Is it walking like Patrice? Is it the treadmill like Dennis? Is it just functional movement like I've seen on Two Crazy Ketos and other places? Is it that? Tell me. I know there are a lot of ways we can move and make it work. Sorry, I'm showing the junkie garage. Just ignore that. But it's a garage. It is what it is, right? Um, Another way, like for example, again, kids are our best models as far as how to enjoy life and move our bodies. Like I said, I think I mentioned that I played with my granddaughter at a water park not too long ago, and I was chasing her and splashing water on her, and she was splashing water on me. Then these other kids saw us, they're like, "Hey, an adult that looks like they like to have fun," and they started splashing me. I started splashing them. That was fun. But I'm looking right now, and I'm gonna show you this real quick. Ignore the other stuff. But you see that? My grandson got that punching bag for his birthday, and that's what he does sometimes. He just hits it, especially if you're having one of those days you feel frustrated and um, a little drained from people. I probably need to hit on that right now myself. I think I will after I get off of this live. You can do that. Something that's fun. He is a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. That child is always moving. Now, he does his video games. I do my video games. But he likes to move. He likes to go outside. He likes to punch his bag. There's a little swimming pool next door. He hangs out with the neighbor friends and they swim. Well, that's another one, y'all. That's another one. If you love being in water, and I mean just playing in water, not doing water aerobics. I actually do not like water aerobics, but I do like playing in water. That's where I will jump because it's cushioned for my knees. I'll do my upper body. I'll just play, splash. I mostly like to hang in the water with my grandbabies because they know how to play. We'll do water guns. We'll chase each other in the pool. It's movement, but it's fun. That's another functional way, and it's perfect for right now. While the pools are still open, if you don't have your own, while the pools are still open, go play in some water. It'll cool you off as well, right? It'll cool you off as well. Let's see here. Go back here to the comments. Okay. Just trying to see who else might be in the chat today. Today's chat's a little quiet, and that's okay. Again, I told y'all, even if I show up here by myself, that works. I'm finding this very therapeutic. It's been fun finding different topics and letting you all know a little bit about the inside of me and how I function as a human. Then now you can decide if you want to keep me around or not. That's up to you. But yeah, I'm enjoying the live streams. I'm so glad that you all have visited me today. Um, I just got to give a shout out to Chris and Ash from Chris Cookie Nashville. They have really supported me in this endeavor. And I just want to give a public thank you to you guys. Love you much. Love you much. When I'm in the area again, I'll have to contact you. But I know both of our schedules are very busy. Oh, and this message is to Booby. I hope you saw the chickens. Booby Goat. She's another friend of mine, Erin. And next time I'm in the area, Erin, hope I can connect with you there. But hope you get a chance to look at this and see the chickens. I know you got a whole bunch of chickens, way more than what we have over here. But those chickens supply me with the protein I need. And they've been slowing down, though, because it's warm outside. And from what I'm hearing, a lot of the chickens are, their backyard is pretty shaded, but still, it's warm out, y'all. This week has been the coolest week in a while. It's so weird. It's August. And then you cool down? Anyway, I'm not going to even get into that conversation. But my watch says it's like 81 degrees. Out there on that pavement, it felt hotter than that. So, anyway. Again, thank you guys for joining me today as we sweated out and moved our bodies. We'll put this one up. Please like, share, and subscribe. And even if you are your future self joining in with us today, again, drop in the comments your favorite way to move. It's just about moving your body, guys. Just move your bodies. Again, we're so sedentary, and I see so many people out there that can't move. So I appreciate the fact that God is still giving me the tenacity, the mental capacity to still move my body, to still move my body. And I'm going to close on this one. I was talking to my grandson yesterday because I took him to the trampoline park. That's the other thing he does, trampoline park. At one time, I would jump it, like I said, on trampolines. I used to love doing that. But I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with my knees because I'd rather dance than jump. But he and I had a discussion about, I was talking to him about school starting today. For him, it's just a couple of hours. And I was telling them the school I went to a small private school. They didn't really have PE, they had it for 2 years. But what we had two, yes, 2 hours of recess. We were playing kickball, we were running, we were playing tag. Because it was a Catholic school, they had the boys on one side and the girls on the other side. And of course, when we got older, we stand right there at the line where the teachers and the nuns couldn't say anything about us crossing the line and talk to the boys, and the boys talked to us. And sometimes they would throw things on our side and look at the teacher like, I just got to go get my ball. But anyway, we had 2 hours. We would have an hour for when our parents dropped us off. Our parents would drop us off. We'd come straight, we had a teacher at there to greet us, and we go straight to the play yard. And I mean, it was a big schoolyard because I lived in the city. It was a big schoolyard. We would come in and play. Then they would ring the bell, a physical bell, a ding a ling a ling. Then we go in. We would do our classwork and all that kind of stuff. We would go to lunch on a rotation, because my school was kindergarten through eighth grade. So I didn't have a middle school. We would go to lunch, and after lunch is when we would go back outside and play for an hour. That was our movement, that was our physicalness. And, come to think of it, there was not a lot of obese kids like you see today. I can, on two, with 2 fingers, I think I can remember a couple of kids that were heavier than they should be. And even when they were outside to play, they didn't move a lot. Um, they complained a lot. We were also that generation of the new boxed meals, too. So you saw a little bit of obesity then, but not like you see today. Most of the kids were very fit, very agile, and very flexible. Um, so, yeah, put two and two together. It's the diet and it's the movement. You gotta change that and add the other. So I'm off my soapbox for the day. So future people that are in here, drop below what you like to do for movement. Current people that are in here, I appreciate you coming today. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off, even though I have 2 minutes left. But I'm going to go get me some water and some electrolytes. I can tell I need it really bad. So I will talk to you all tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking about travel. So be ready. Be ready. Tell me where you want to go. Tell me where you want to be at. All the things tomorrow. So, the sweat keeps dropping in my face. I'm gone, y'all. Bye.